It's not popular media.
All right, everybody, we got Jahmal Harvey on the line. What's up, brother? How you doing? How you feeling?
What's up? I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for, like I said, thank you for coming to talk to me. So I think first and foremost, man, I just want to ask, like how you taking everything right now? You know what I mean? It's kind of like all eyes, all the lights shining on you right now. So how you just taking everything in? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. All eyes on me. It just make me work harder. I don't want to let nobody down. I'm just working harder. It's just motivation. Really, it's no nervousness. It's just making me work harder, which make me believe in myself even more.
Right, right. Okay, okay, okay. I like that. So you taking it pretty well. Then that's crazy, man, because you young, you 21, right? 21?
21.
Okay, okay. And your record is 125 and 8?
Be something around there.
Something like
Something I
that.
have about almost close to 200 amateur.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's crazy, man. At 21, man. I'm only 27. I don't think I've even sparred that many times. That's crazy, you know. You grew up in Oxon Hill, Maryland?
Oxford Hill, Maryland. Yeah.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. So that's is that
Well,
more like a small town?
I grew up in basically they call it like the DMV area. So
Yeah.
my first growing up, I was living with my mom in like Southeast DC. But on the weekends, I go with my dad to Maryland, and then it was just like that. I was co-parented. Then my mom eventually moved to Maryland once I was in high school. So
Okay, got you. So when you got to high school, that's when you just kind of settled where you at.
yeah,
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So so Oxon Hill, Maryland, you're from the DMV area. Just kind of describe, real quick, kind of like early, if you think back about early Jahmal Harvey, you know what I mean? Just think about like what was it like every day, what was you doing from sun up to sundown? What was your life like?
early from sun up to sundown. Really, just going to school and going to football practice. I was always involved in sports. So after football practice, I eventually started playing basketball after football season, and then I was doing boxing after football season. I always stayed active during the sport, or if I wasn't in sports, I mean, if the season was over, just being me around my siblings. We probably outside playing football
Yeah.
at the rec, playing basketball. I just always was an active kid.
Okay, okay, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So you just always kind of just been an athlete pretty much from young.
Yeah, always just been an athlete.
Got you. Was there anybody or anything specific that like inspired that, or was that just you?
Nah, nothing inspired that. I don't know. I guess I'd say my big brother. He was always good at. Really, my big brother is the one that's like that at sports, but
Okay.
he one of those. He don't like to do all the working out and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
that good. He really didn't have to do it. He really was better than me at every sport.
Really?
I always wanted to play with him and his friends, so I had,
Okay.
and I was smaller than him. My brother, he 6'8", so
Right. Okay. Okay. So you
growing
was the
up all
small one in the family then.
my, competing with him growing up all my life, you ain't got no choice but to
Yeah.
play
Got
with
to
him.
keep up. Well, you better keep up. So I guess you said your brother was kind of, more of the better one in sports. So like, and you said you were the smaller one. So like, how did you get into football?
Um, my dad liked football. Uh, he really got me into it. He always would throw the football with me. My dad was always really involved in my life, so he always throw the football with me. So I like football from a young age, and then he
Okay.
first one to go sign me up.
Okay. Okay. So how do you feel like? Well, first off, let's go back. Let's like, how did you make that transition from football to where you decided, oh, okay, I'm gonna box now?
So I was playing football, and I was playing when I first started playing football. I was playing for a team called Silver Hill, but then I switched over when I was 10. Well, I started with Silver Hill playing flag all the way up till I was 10. When I was 10, I went to go play for Oxon Hill, and that's where I met my boxing coach, Daryl Davis. I played a couple seasons there at Oxon Hill, but then like after he ended up like one season he ended up saying like, yeah, he's starting a boxing gym. He was telling my dad and stuff. He's saying he's starting his own gym, his own boxing gym. After the season, I come stay fit. So then after one season, after the season was over, I was going up to the gym. I was boxing, and I liked it. So then The next season came around. I played football, and I played football and boxing. Boxing all year round. I just started doing it like that. Then it came the time when I got to high school. It's like, oh, you got to pick one or the other. And we just really sitting there weighing my options. I was doing real good in boxing. I was doing good. Just be a starter. I was in there competing with the best. I won a national my second year
Okay.
competing and boxing. So it was like you could really take this boxing stuff far if you just the only thing that was holding me down football season. I get injured or something. I had
Yeah.
it kind of took me out from both sports. And going into high school, I'm 90 pounds, about probably like 5 foot. So it's like that's
Yeah.
like it just wasn't my sport. I didn't have the stature for it.
Right.
Boxing, the level I was sport, I'm fighting people that's not so much bigger than me. They the same weight and height wise, they not too much. It wasn't too much of a difference. So I stuck with boxing. I always was a fighter growing up too. So boxing it was easy. I was in there competing. I'm very competitive. I
Right.
fighting, so I was a fighter. And boxing it I just had to learn the skill of boxing. I was going in there fighting. It was fun to go in there and try to hit people and beat
Right.
people up, but then it got to the point where I was trying to learn the technique and it just got addictive.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's crazy. So like your coach opened up a boxing gym. So like, do you feel like football kind of helped that transition because like it's already kind of a contact sport? So do you feel like that kind of the athleticism and everything like helped you when you transferred over?
Definitely, 'cause I was running right in there.
Right.
One
Yeah.
I said, you got him off the football field. My coach was like, yeah, you're right, I did. So
Okay. 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 That's what's up, man. That's one of them things, like, cause I'm the type of person, like, I'm not even super religious, but I feel like everything kind of happened for a reason. Like, it's like, what are even the odds of that? Like, you start out with a football coach and he say, oh, I'm opening up a boxing gym. You know what I'm saying? That's, stuff like that is crazy.
it definitely is. I never really thought of it that way, but it definitely lined up perfect.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Everything happened how I need to. So
Mm.
you went from that to, because I understand, like, I did a little bit of research on you, read up about you and everything. I
Mhm.
first heard about you when you won the Pan American Games in 23. That was before I like ever thought about like doing this show or anything like that. I'm just like, I'm kind of a casual boxing fan. I'm more of an MMA guy, but I
Uh-huh.
still kind of keep my eye on what's going on. So I saw you, so you've been on my radar since then. So like, but like I said, I understand, when I was doing some research on you, like, you kind of come from humble beginnings, everything wasn't always just glitz and glamour for you. So like kind of, I guess what I want to ask is, well, first off, the best champions usually come from impoverished situations or they come from humble beginnings. You know what I mean? I think it's just something like, do you feel like it's just when we come from those conditions, it just kind of like breeds the fighter in you type thing? Or
Definitely. Growing up, like I said, I fought a lot. Grew up Southeast DC and PG County, Maryland. I mean,
yeah,
I got into a lot of fights growing up. It's just what it is. A lot of rough kids, everybody going through it, and then just seeing my parents work so hard at work. Dad doing overtime, get time off. Mom doing overtime to get extra money to send me and my little brother to nationals. And it's just like, all right, my parents investing all this money, they putting in work, doing overtime and all this. It's like I go to nationals, I got to perform my best, I got to do what I got to do to make it all count.
okay. Do you feel like that when you seen them, you grew up, seeing them? First off, that's special in itself, like, because a lot of people from like our kind of backgrounds, like just even having two parents in your life is, that's a big deal on its own sometimes, Um, and then to have two parents, they going that extra mile for you, like you said, working overtime and stuff to send you off to nationals and stuff like that. Do you feel like that kind of puts you in a situation to where it's like almost like you're I don't know if I want to say your back was up against the wall, but kind of like, hey, look, boxing like has to work. Like there's no plan B, like it's boxing. Like,
No, I never felt like it was my back was against the wall because my parents always like they always was loving. I never had no doubt in my mind that my parents love me and they would always tell me go out there, have fun, just they never put too much pressure on me. They never made me do anything I didn't want to do. I wanted to do the sport and then just seeing them believe in me so much made me go harder really. It was just all everybody was on the same page and Everybody, it just was easy. They made it easier for me, and I just wanted to make it. I wanted to reciprocate that, even though I didn't have to, and make it easier for them. And that's what I feel like I'm doing.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay. It's like you said, you didn't feel like you had your back against a wall or nothing like that. But since you didn't, what what was kind of that? Was there like a pivotal moment, or was there something that happened where you finally said, okay, like boxing is 100%, and I'm gonna go like 1,000%? Like what was that? Was it like a moment or
Um, a moment. I don't know. I feel like I had a lot of moments. It was never just one moment. Even to this day, just still every day I just get more and more confident. I'm stepping my game up every day. Just doing learning new things. Is sparring different people. I was sparring the top people in my weight class, and I started sparring top people above my weight class. Then I started sparring pros. Then I was getting in there with world champions, and then it's just like I was always stepping my game up. So that it just made every day I just believe in myself more and more.
okay, okay, okay. So did you always know that you were gonna be this? Like what who you are and what you're becoming? Like, did you know even back then, young? Like, did you know like, okay, I'm gonna be that, or was it just kind of one of those like one fight at a time, one session at a time?
Um, at a certain point, like I want to say once I got to 12th grade, and then everybody got to talk. It's like it got real. Like what am I to do after school? I go to college, do this,
Yeah,
do that, and it's just like once I got on the USA team as a youth in 11th grade, I was like, that's when it really happened. It hit me. I got on, I was away from home. I went out to Colorado. I was on my own, basically with no family, no parents, just out there with the coaches and the team. And I traveled overseas, went to Bulgaria, and I was like, man, this is the life. Just I get to go out on my own, go travel the world. It was fun. That's when it really hit me, and it was like, this what I want to do. And then coming out of going into 12th grade, and everybody asked me, "What you gonna do? You gonna go to college? You gonna do this?" And I'm like, me, I wasn't big on school. I ain't really like school. I did I mean, school was school. Of course, I like to learn, get education, but I knew I wanted to box. I'm gonna
right,
eventually go back though to get a business degree because I do want to learn business, and because I definitely can't be boxed for all my life.
right, right.
Gotta take up a trade, do something.
Yeah,
But yeah, 12th grade it hit me. Everybody was asking me what I'm gonna do, and I'm just like, I'm a box. They like, what's your backup plan? I was like, I'm a box. Like,
right. Yeah, yeah.
proud of it. Like I already got to see that world, and I went travel like I said, and I already got to experience it when I was a
Like boxing.
young. So I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And I seen some
Okay.
greats come out, like all the greats came out the program going to the Olympics and stuff. Like the
Yeah,
big teams, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, all them. So I was like, this what it is.
right. So no matter what, you plan on going to school, getting a degree, like no matter how things turn out. It's like a
Yeah,
big goal for you.
I signed up for a program, uh, the USOPC, the Olympic Training Center, Olympic Committee, with US that work with Olympic athletes. They got like a program for athletes that didn't.
Okay.
So I'm definitely going
Okay.
on that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Because especially nowadays, like you look like in our eras, it's like boxing is really a business now. You know what I mean? Like everything is a business, but even boxing, look at Mayweather. Mayweather is a brand. He's not just a fighter, he's a brand. Uh, the twins, the Jamal, that's Lions Only, that's like a brand. Is that kind of like the direction you want to go, or do you have like kind of whole other aspirations with your business life that you want to get into?
Definitely want to still have a business inside boxing because that's where I'm getting most of my fan base, and that's where I probably generate the most revenue. So definitely that, and definitely I want to explore some businesses outside of boxing. I got like I'm a big on family, so I know family that I would enjoy doing open up businesses for and working with them, like some restaurants or I want to open like a studio. I want
Okay.
a couple businesses I want to open.
Okay. Cool. And I'm gonna ask you more about later on. I'm gonna ask you, a little bit more, about your family, and then even you, getting on the Olympic team and all that. But before I move too far ahead of myself, because I saw somewhere, Bud is your favorite fighter, Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, I would say he's one of my favorite fighters. Knowing me, I'm really not the biggest boxing fan, so
Okay, okay,
I didn't really grow up watching boxing. Even
I got
I tell everybody I'm just starting to get into boxing now because I got people I grew up with in the amateurs that that's like on the cards now, like Amari Jones, you know,
you.
Packett, uh Dante Benjamin. It's like people I grew up in amateurs with, like I go tune into the cards now. But I used to usually I grew up only fights I can really remember is watching is Floyd Mayweather fights, and I didn't even watch those because he's too late. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was asleep. I probably watch it in the morning, but my dad he'll get the fight.
Right. Okay. Got you. So was your dad? Was he kind of? There's kind of two questions with that because, like, first off, was your dad kind of like your very first, like, ever, like, real exposure to boxing? Like, was he kind of like the first one that really showed you, like, this is what it is?
Yeah, yeah, you could put it that way. Yeah, he's the first one to show me what it is.
Okay,
First time I
got you.
boxing is I think back to it is a Floyd Mayweather fight or playing Fight Night on the PSP
Yeah, the fight night.
round three PSP.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's classic. It's classic. Do you feel? And then the other question I kind of got out of that too is kind of like, how do you feel like the style that you have now? Do you feel like not watching other boxers kind of helped you really like create your own like individual unique style type of thing? Because a lot of people they start off immediately. Like when I started off in MMA kickboxing, I had people that I immediately looked at and I tried to emulate. You know what I mean? Do you feel like not seeing people really helped you kind of create your own unique style? And
Um, yeah, but then once I got into it, it's like you take certain things from certain people. But starting off, it definitely was an advantage of mine because I was coming. I had like a wild style. Like I said, I didn't watch boxing, so I wasn't the most technical. I was just aggressive, and people wasn't used to that. I was throwing awkward punches. I wasn't throwing my too straight. I probably throw it like this. So it's just like it was awkward. I had an awkward style because I was just going off, just fighting, just
right, I got you. So, and I kind of asked you this before, but I kind of want to jump back to it a little bit, like about like the people around you, like so even like when you was at school and stuff, just like that, like just people in your community, anywhere you was at, like did everybody already know like, oh, he's gonna be that, like everybody around you, like I'm not even talking about like what you thought, like people around you, did everybody know, oh yeah, Jamal's gonna be that, or was it just kind of like he's a boxer?
Yeah, in school they would say that they call me Floyd. So
Okay.
most people just call me. They were like, "What's up, little Floyd?" Or something. But yeah, everybody be like, "Yeah, just a boxer. He like that. He gonna Most people just was think about pros and stuff. And I was telling them, no, I'm going to the Olympics. They like, when you gonna go pro? But most most talk about pro. I was like, yeah, he gonna be a pro boxer. Like, yeah.
Right. Okay. So how do you feel like, how do you think people kind of treat you now? Because I'm sure, especially like in the DMV, like you're a big deal in the DMV. A lot of people know you and things like that. And I'm sure a lot of people show support, but I'm sure there's also kind of like a dark side that comes with that too. It's like people probably trying to come around that you don't really need to be around, don't need to be around you. People probably showing some fake love. Like, is there any of that type of stuff, or do you feel like everything is genuine? Like,
Uh, Everything genuine on the most part. Of course, it's gonna be the handful of oddballs that get to acting funny. And other people that just try to come around, but I ain't even really in the DMV like that for people to come around me, and people don't really have that much access to me. I don't really respond
okay,
to
smart.
people and stuff like that.
Okay, that's smart. That's smart. Yeah, because definitely, the further you go up, even if you don't have it now, like the further you go up, of course, you're gonna have the leeches, you're gonna have people trying to come out the woodworks, and all type of crazy stuff. So that's good, and I can tell, like, even how, like, because I can tell you come from like a pretty close knit family, like, you got a pretty good support group and everything. It seems like even how, like, like I was talking to your mom to set this up, things like that, like. Do you feel like I'm sure that probably played a big part in you getting to where you at, is just having that good support group and them keeping you, mentally right and checking you when you need to be checked, things like that.
Yeah, for sure. My mom and everybody having that support group definitely was a big thing that I needed, especially my mom. She's doing an amazing job because I don't check emails or DM,
Yeah,
nothing like that too much, and she be on top of it. So I wouldn't
yeah,
I wouldn't have did half of the interviews or media things I did.
right.
I really probably know about me because yeah, I don't know. I just don't
Yeah, you just trying to
respond
box.
back to people sometimes. I just be like, Mom, what should I say? Say this.
Right. That's
But
good though. That's good though that you got really that support group, especially like I said, I was talking to your mom. She was on it. I text her, she texted me right back, like she was really on it. So that's good. I feel like that's a big part of trying to be successful, not even just in boxing, just in life, men trying to be great and be successful, like having that good support group, sometimes can make or break people, you know.
yeah,
Um,
I
and I can
definitely
only
definitely will be overwhelmed too. I'll be needing my family, especially when, like I'm going out to fight. I tell people like I'm fighting Lincoln Bio. I'm fighting at this time, and I'm getting 1,000 DMs. Oh, where
yeah,
can I get a fight? I'm like, oh, read, man, read.
right. Yeah, yeah. People don't read, man. I don't know. And so I guess when I think about that, man, you 21, like I said, you probably have more fights than I've even had sparring sessions. I mean, how I guess what I want to ask is like, because I can only imagine the amount of discipline it takes to just go on this journey, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I mean, you're taking it to, you're taking it all the way to the moon. So it's like, we see a lot of people, we see people all the time. I'm sure, like, even you were talking about your brother, like you said, your brother was like more naturally gifted than you in most sports. Like, a lot of people have the potential, but they get lost. I feel like they get lost in the process. You know what I mean? They get lost in the journey because that's what people don't see behind all the greatness. People see, okay, he's going to the Olympics, he's, champion, fought internationally, but they don't see, okay, it's real life going on too. When you come back home and it's real life going on.
yeah, there's definitely real life. When I come home, when I come home, I really just try to relax, chill with family.
Right, right. But do you feel like that's part of like, so mentally, like just even having the mental strength, do you feel like just being able to come to that safe place and just be able to relax, it kind of helps you through like just the whole process? Like when you look back through your life these past few years, like it just helped you through the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely being able to relax. Like you said, I got a good support system. I ain't have to do too much. Um, Still live with mom, still live with dad. Go over their house. I ain't have too much on my shoulders, too much bills or things to take good care of. They really just want me focusing on my career.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah. And like I was saying, because I was saying something about, just having the mental strength just to be on the journey that you on, period, just taking in everything, all the discipline and, you know, um, so like, because I read somewhere that you read a lot.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you. I
I,
got you. I
I,
got you.
I'm not gonna say I read a lot, but I try
I
to
got
read as much as I can. I got a couple books right here. Got my book right
okay.
here.
Got you.
One of
Got you.
these.
Got you.
Yeah, but I try to get some reading in. It's good for the mind. Like especially like when big tournaments come up, I read a lot because I want to be thinking about really I do it. My thing is for weight because like when I watch TV, I like to watch TV and eat and stuff. But if I'm
Yeah.
reading, I can't do it. I got the book in my hand.
Yeah. You
It's
focus. You
like,
locked
I
in.
don't have messy fingers when I'm turning the pages and stuff. So
Yeah.
reading really helped me take my mind off the weight cut and thinking about fighting and training the next day and stuff. It's just a mind relaxer.
I got you. So you feel like reading almost kind of like it
Therapy.
kind of, yeah, it's almost like it gives you like a peace, but it also kind of like gives you mental strength at the same time type of deal. Because, I know a lot of fighters, like even me, I read a lot of like, 48 Laws of Power, Art of War. Like, are you reading stuff like that? Or do you like, what are you into?
Nah, I'm just into I'm into like thriller books,
Okay. Okay.
stuff
Yeah.
books. I like to keep my mind going while I'm reading, like, oh, what's gonna happen next? It's like TV to me. I'm just making up the characters in my head and stuff like that, using my imagination.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. And even like, because I was just saying something about mental strength and everything. How do you feel like the mental strength that you built up just over these years, coming from your background and just, just everything, like, how do you feel like it played? Because you don't have that many losses, but I guess you win 22, you went on like a 3-fight losing streak or something. Is that right?
Went on the three fight losing
Okay.
streak.
What was the process getting through that? Because, you so used to winning. And then, you had that little losing streak. What was the mental process of that? Like, what was going through your mind? Like,
I was thinking like I lost it. Really, I was like, I gotta get back. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I sat down. I watched a lot of film. I watched a lot of my fights. I just went back, watched a lot of my fights. Really, just was seeing what I was doing wrong. Just stayed in the gym, pushed myself even harder. Really, most of it I seen was I actually had to take a step back from the gym and let my body recover. My body was worn down, broken. I was dealing with swollen knees, torn UCL. It was a lot of things that I just then I was deficient and I had to get my better nutrients. I was deficient vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamins. I was deficient in all that. I had to start taking a load of supplements. I was vegetarian. Right now, I'm pescatarian right now. I went pescatarian right before the Pan American Games. I was like, I need all the strength I can get right now. I knew my protein levels and stuff. I was getting better with it, but it wasn't as where it needed to be. So I went back to being pescatarian for the meanwhile. Only the being vegetarian was working. I grew and I got too big for the weight, and cutting this much weight that I be having to cut now. Vegetarian diet don't follow what ain't good for me. It's not helping me reach the nutrient levels that I need to reach. So I'm pescatarian right now, and until I could move up to a healthier weight and I can eat healthy and be strong and healthy. And then once I got my recovery right, doing my rehabs and get my nutrition together, I was back. I felt good. I was feeling strong, energetic, and I was going out there and I started dominating.
okay. Did it feel like a rebirth type of situation? Did it felt like a rebirth type thing?
It definitely did. Like every fight, I was getting better and better. I was just telling the coach like, yeah, I'm back. Like it's
Yeah.
back now, and I got the keys. I got the key to it. I know what to do now.
Okay. Okay. And I did want to ask you too about the weight cuts because, like, you still young. You only 21, but obviously, I mean, you probably haven't really hit like necessarily like your grown man strength all the way, all the way into your grown man body yet. You know what I mean? So you're probably just gonna get bigger. Like, do you feel like the weight cuts kind of has something to do with the losses at all, or do you feel like and what's the future for you? Like, are you gonna move up in weight classes when you go pro? Like, what's the
Def-
future?
Definitely gonna move up in weight classes when I go pro. The weight cut definitely was a any energy drain. Not now that not so much now. Like I said, I was deficient in a lot, like my vitamin D levels and all that. Zinc, iron was low. I literally had no energy left in my body. The weight cuts was hard. Um, so it was just all that played a factor. Then I was fighting on injury out, pinched nerves in my shoulder, torn UCL. It's just a lot that I had to get done. I had to take a step back and just calm down and just study. Like I said, study my film, do my rehab, make sure my body recovering, and get my nutrition right. So it wasn't just one thing. It was a lot of things that played a factor, and weight cut was one of them. I wasn't weight cutting right.
I got you. I got you. So did you end up like having to deal with like nutritionists and stuff like that? Is that kind of the route you went, or you and your coach just kind of locked in and just figured it out? Or
Yeah, no, I locked in with my nutritionist on the USA team, and we made a plan, and we be sticking to our plan every time it's time to go fight, and we just stick to that nutrition plan, hit our weight targets. We go down slowly, and it just works that way.
I got you. So like what is, briefly, like, what is that? Like, what does it look like? What are you eating today? Kind of like, what is your diet looking like right now?
So my diet looking like right now. So when I'm in fight mode, I'm training 3 times a day. In the morning, I'm usually gonna have an omelet with some veggies in it, some spinach, some peppers, some onions, and then I'm gonna have either some fruit or I'm gonna make me a smoothie. That's for breakfast. I'm gonna have a bagel too. I'm gonna give me a carb in there. Have a bagel. Then for lunch, I'm probably gonna eat me. I'm probably gonna eat some more carbs. Probably gonna give me some. I usually get some sweet potato fries, and then I get like some fish or something, or I might eat some tofu. Like I said, I still be eating like vegetarian options too, but I make sure I incorporate some type of high protein in my diet. So probably
Okay.
like just a carb, some fish, and then whatever vegetable they got, broccoli, green beans, asparagus, something like that. For dinner, for dinner, I don't do no carbs. I cut my carbs off by lunch, and I just eat a protein. Give me some salmon, shrimp, or something, and some vegetables.
Okay. 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 So is that like 7 days a week, or do you have like your little cheat days, or like do you just wait until like after fights and then you kind of celebrate? Like, how does that go?
Yeah, I feel everybody got cheat days. Sometimes
Right.
a little something that you ain't supposed to eat, but for the most part, I stay on my diet 7 days a week.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, man. That takes a lot, especially at 21, man. I was going crazy at 21, that's a lot of discipline for real. Like, uh your last fight, so it's your last amateur fight, like, is Saturday? Is that this Saturday?
This Saturday, my last one before the Olympics.
Olympics, right? Okay, cool. So after the Olympics, you just going pros after that?
That's that's the goal right now, just to go pro. Um, Only to see what the world what's in store. Who knows? I might
Right.
knock on wood. Might have a bad Olympic run. I might want to run it back, but
Run it back. Okay. I got you.
I'm feeling confident. I know I got my plan. I know I'm gonna go get gold. Bring that gold
Yes,
back.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been way too long. I gotta bring it back. Um, and bring that gold back. Go pro.
I got you. I got you. So how did that moment feel? Because I kind of want to talk about the Pan Am games just a little bit. Because like I said, that's why I personally first like ever, like heard of you. Um, how did that? Because that's what qualified you for Paris, right?
Yeah, that's what qualified me for Paris.
Okay. Like, what did that moment feel like? Was it like, well, what did that feel like when you knew, like, okay, I'm an Olympian now? Like, that's.
Um, um, I want to say that moment still ain't hit me. Like people say, and I just be, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought took a lift first, and then it just made me feel like the job ain't done. I want that gold medal. So
Okay, that's good. So you're
uh,
not getting too caught up in the moment. You're trying to.
it's a lot of Olympians. People go to the Olympics. I mean, not a lot of Olympians. It's still an honor and a blessing to be an Olympian. A lot of athletes work that hard, but it still has been a lot of Olympians, and it's not a lot. You in a very slim bracket of people that's Olympic gold medalists. So I want to achieve the highest standard that you can achieve in sport ever.
Okay. Okay. Right on. Right on. Of course. Um. So you're living in Colorado most of the time now, like to train out there, or
Yeah, I'm living in Colorado for most of
okay.
the.
How are you dealing with that? Like, cause like you say, you're from the DMV area. I mean, of course, at this point, you fought all over the world. You've done all this stuff, but now it's like you don't have your main coach because your coach, his name is Darren, right?
Daryl Davis.
Yeah, Daryl Davis. Yeah. So like, how does it feel like? Cause now you kind of like going to, how does it feel being on the USA team? Like, and away from your main coaches and your main support group? Like, how are you dealing with that?
At first, it was hard. I ain't like some of the coaches and stuff, and I ain't like all the rules. It felt like we was just like contained. They wanted me to be just this robot where it was just boxing, boxing, boxing. Especially during COVID, like we couldn't go out COVID was really the hardest part I had to get over because like we just quarantined in and all we had to do was box. And me, like I said, I wasn't the biggest boxing fan. And I like the box, but I like to do my own little thing too. And then I had to get adjusted to their training, what they was looking for, training the 3 times a day. Like when I'm back home, I do it. Well, now I work out more when I'm back home. Now I feel like that grew on me. But at first, when I was home, I'm only working out 1, 2 times, and I'm going harder than 1, 2 times. But we at the training center, going 3 times a day, and that was something to get used to. Something like I said, just being away from family. Then you miss certain events, birthday parties and stuff. You just like, dang, I wish I was home. So I had to get over the little homesickness for a little bit, but then I realized I'm where I'm at for a reason.
Right. So do you feel like, because I know you said, and I mean, I don't want to get too much into no negative stuff, but like, I know you said there was kind of, maybe some personality clashes there, with some of your coaches and, things like that. Like, do you feel like you guys are in a good place now to where it's like, okay, even if you may not like each other, you understand, okay, it's respect now, and you guys are able to at least have a healthy, like, working type of relationship. Like, you guys are able to do what you need to do. Like, you feel like you're in a good place with everything.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I had my family to help me get through that type stuff, and I'm just there. Like they says, it's a business. Just keep it business. And just stay professional, really. So keep it
Okay.
professional and everything. Everything.
Okay. And Billy Walsh from Ireland, he's the head coach, right?
Yeah, he's the head coach.
Okay. What's the main differences? Like, what have you really picked up from like that kind of like European style? Because their style is a little different. It's different. So, like, what have you picked up from kind of that European style of amateur boxing?
European style of amateur boxing, they just like to bounce on their toes, really. It's just stuff where they do a lot of bouncing on their toes. That's really the main thing. One of the main things really, I want to say one of the main things that really helped me that he focused on too is like feinting, because feinting just helped me set up my punches so I'm not wasting no punches or anything, just throwing out punches. I'm feinting, I'm getting them to react to something, then I'm landing the clean punch.
Okay. So overall, would you say like for sure, like your abilities have improved a lot? Like or maybe even just like maybe even your fight IQ, like all this stuff. Do you feel like it's definitely like have you seen like a major increase since you've been in Colorado?
Definitely I've seen a major increase. I'm not gonna say just from Colorado, but like I said, like even like when I come back home, my coach got me sparring better people every time. Like I said, I started with people that was better than me. Then I was going to like the best national champions, the national champions in the next weight class above me, to pros, to world, to pros, to
Right.
pro champions and the pros. So like I'm always stepping my game up, which is make my awareness go up. And then being in Colorado and having doing all these camps, multi-nation camps, and just going to go fight around the world. Of course, I feel like my game is just getting better and better.
Right. And I'm gonna ask you this question, but you don't even really gotta give too many details on it. But do you kind of feel like now with the position you in, like has it been a lot more like it's a little bit easier for you to get in the ring and get rounds with like, world champions and other Olympians, like, higher profile people, like is it easier for you to like get in the same rooms and get rounds with these people and stuff? Like are they reaching out to you, asking you to come out to fighting camps and stuff like that? Or
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's easier getting there with them now. Now, yeah, they people are starting to notice me. I'm starting to make a name for myself.
good deal. So I guess, like I said, we're not gonna keep this too long, brother. So I guess, because like I say, man, you came from the DMV area. You know what I mean? Coming from the bottom and everything, and like I said, you fought all over the world. You're going to the Olympics. Like this is stuff that only like 1% of the population can ever say. You know what I mean? Like like this isn't just. So it's kind of like when you look back at your life, everything that you went through, everything that you're doing now, what you're going like, is it almost kind of surreal, kind of to you, or like you said, is it just not all the way set in yet?
Hasn't always set in yet, but it's definitely surreal too. It's surreal, but then I tell people, for me, I feel like it's not because I'm not doing nothing off of luck. Like I'm working hard for it, so it's like when I'm knowing I'm going to do this, like I'm expecting to do this because I know all the work that I'm putting in. So it's
Okay.
not surreal to me. It's just I know what's going to happen before it even happens.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Because I don't know, man. I think really like I don't even think you like. Oh, I can tell just talking to you, even like you said, it hasn't really set in yet. Like I don't think you even realize like maybe quite how amazing some of the stuff you're doing, especially at your age. You know what I mean? Like to be 21, you going to the Olympics, like you fought all over the world. You know, like you're doing stuff like you're literally. Not only are we like as fans, we getting to watch like history unfold because that's what you're doing right now. Is you making history? You may not really see it like that yet, but that's what you're doing. So like you creating history, but we really we watching an American dream unfold. You know what I mean? Like you really are like kind of like basically like living an American dream. So like if you just had to like give words of wisdom to other people, whether it's, you know, young kids coming up in boxing or any, just young kids coming up, trying to do something great, trying to do something better for themselves and their family, get out of their situations, like what words of wisdom would you have for a kid that's trying to, you know, have his own American dream like you doing right now?
My words of wisdom would be just stay determined, don't give up, and appreciate your losses. Losses are important. I know it's not ideal to lose, but losses is going to help you get better and realize and make your craft better. That's how you got to appreciate them losses and don't give up. Just always try to come back from the losses and avenge them in any way you can.
Okay, yeah. So really dial in on them losses, So yeah, man, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. We got Jahmal Hard Knock Harvey. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to thank you again, brother, just for giving me your time and everything. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. And you want you to know, you got people over here in Missouri rooting for you, man. I'm gonna be watching you in Paris and and I really love what you're doing, brother. So thank you for speaking to me, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. And real quick, before you hop off here, I'm gonna stop recording real quick. But I just wanted to ask real quick, brother.